Thank you, Mobs.
Can y'all hear?
What's up, guys?
Somebody speak so we can make sure I got volume.
Check 1, 2.
Well, thanks, Chip. And since you were the first one out there, we'll let you get the first question. We'll
Let's
go
go.
to Chip, and then we'll go to Palmer Thoms.
If I can, I'll hit you with two questions so people can get to certainly more detailed things. Two things I just happened to bump in. Well, thanks to Mobs there. I didn't realize what an impeccable first round record you have in the postseasons. So I just wanted to see why you think you've had such success early on, at least in postseason. Then secondly, obviously, Efton Reed wasn't available to play this game last time. I'm assuming that the 7-foot, 250-pounder might be a difference maker getting them this second time around.
Yeah, as far as the postseason, having success in advancing in our opportunities, we've had good teams with good players that have made postseasons and taken advantage of the opportunities. It's pretty simple for us. Nothing magical. Efton Reed, a talent, since he was 15, 16 years old. It's a really good get by those guys. And they're a different team with him. They're better both offensively and defensively. On the offensive glass, better rebounding team. But they've improved at other spots too throughout the season. They're a different team. They're a team that had a really strong argument, obviously, to play in the other tournament. The development of their guard transfers has been significant, as well. Those guys have just gotten better and better throughout the season. Their guard play, along with their execution, their spacing, their skill level. They're a really good team.
Yeah, Mike, in a situation like this where it's a rematch, how much do you watch that first game to see what worked well against them versus their more recent outings to see the kind of team that they are right now?
We're a little bit different, and they're probably even more different. We don't put a huge emphasis on that game. You got so much time on your hands, though. With us having played Tuesday, that we do go back and watch the game, of course. And heck, we've watched it a few times inside and out. But we've watched their last few games, watched their game Wednesday night, of course. But more emphasis on how they're playing lately, playing a little bit different offensively and playing different defensively.
We'll jump over to Mark Weiser and then Jordan Hill.
Hey, Mike, Chip kind of set the precedent for two questions, so I'll go ahead and do that. What's the latest with Jabri? Is he out for Sunday, and is this an ankle, and do you expect it would be this long?
It is a lower leg ankle area. He did not go today. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Bree. Happy birthday, M.A. Moncrief. Two great guys that just finished their birthday push-ups. And we celebrate those guys today. You just never know with these things, and I've had lingering ankle stuff, as a player 100 years ago, and I've been associated with others having the same deal. You never know. I'll say it again. I've said it all year. No one is committed, to the game and their development and their progress more so than Jabri in our program. So he's, ultra compliant, whatever Turbo, Lance, our trainer, is telling him to do, I'm sure he's doing to the nth degree. And, but it's just, it's a discomfort, soreness type deal that he's trying to work through right now.
All right, my second question, or I guess second subject. Steve Forbes said after their game the other day that it was important for him to retain players from the team they have now. How do you decide on that? And do you still plan to meet with players when the season ends, or are those conversations that have been ongoing this week?
No, never before the ball stops bouncing for this team. We're focused on potentially advancing, putting our best foot forward to be as competitive as we can be on the road at Wake. That's it. We'll have conversations with our guys afterward, probably soon thereafter, as most staffs at our level, I would assume, are doing. The guys I talk to, same type scenario there. But yeah, you want a certain level of continuity, but it's got to be the right continuity, of course. And you want guys that want to be at your place too. And but you want to be able to capitalize in the portal if you can get the right guys. So it's a two-way street. And it's a never ending discussion that and in consideration at the same time, you know, things that as a staff will put a lot of thought to and talk about a lot.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mike, what have you seen from your team since the Xavier game? Just how you feel like they've been preparing for Sunday?
Really just got after it today. Try to do something a little bit different. You know, it's so late in the year. It's such a long season. It is March 22nd. It's incredible. And I wanted our guys to be as fresh mentally as possible when we get over there. So we took Wednesday off. Most of our guys, if not all of them, watched their game Wednesday night. Yesterday we came in, and instead of doing a 3-day grueling prep, again in an effort for rejuvenation, went pretty light. You know, did some player development type stuff, some skill level stuff, and then got after it for the first time today since we played, and literally just left the floor. But we were pretty sharp today, pretty enthusiastic. Our guys continue to like being around one another and have productive practices.
We'll go to Allison Mastrangelo and then to Jack Leo.
Yeah, kind of just going off of that when you're talking about keeping them fresh. I know it's like a long gap. So besides, is there anything you guys do off the court to kind of keep the energy, the focus going when you have such a break before the second game?
These guys are, you know, they've got strength conditioning stuff. They've got other, you know, they got a bunch of academic stuff, of course, and they stay pretty busy. You know, at times we've done some things off the floor. At times we try to be really quick. One of the things is, you know, from a film standpoint, we've tried to reduce, you know, how much we're sitting and meeting. You know, try to continue to find ways to be creative in practice and make it fun and lighthearted at times. Of course, at times there's, you know, it calls for a level of seriousness and focus. But played a little knockout today in practice. Was tempted to get in there, but was afraid to pop my Achilles. But yeah, it's we'll continue to look at ways to be creative.
You had talked about getting into the Xavier game. Obviously, it was a quick turnaround, all that kind of stuff, different type of preparation. Remember, you said you were dividing up film different.
Yeah.
Has it been that kind of process, obviously, over a few more days, or have you kind of reverted back to the way that you guys have prepped maybe just over the SEC schedule throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah, more of a normal prep for sure, just with a little bit more time and plus a team that we had played and we're just a little bit more familiar with. So yeah, it feels a little bit more normal with this one. That said, I think the task is taller, you know, on the road at Wake, who's again a very good team, you know, especially at home.
Go to Anthony Dasher and then finish with Lee Smith.
All right, Coach, after the Xavier game, we talked to Silas a little bit, who admitted he's already pretty excited about the possibility of playing at Wake Forest. Talking about maybe having a lot of family, friends, that kind of thing. Any concern on your part he may be too jacked for a game like this?
No, he's pretty level-headed. You know, I don't know that he's had a game off the top of my head, you know, where you look back, we've played a bunch of games where you say, you know, he was just really out of character in that game, or this wasn't the Silas that we see day in and day out. He's not that type of guy. He's going to play hard. He's going to be competitive. He's going to be physical. He's going to have attention to detail to the scouting report. He's going to compete, you know, at a high level. You know, when you complement that with an efficient shooting night and a positive assist turnover ratio, you've got a really good player.
All right. And Lee just texted me if y'all heard the ding and said his question has been asked. So with that, we will end this and appreciate y'all being here on a Friday afternoon.